open Discord. Yep, just in case. And, oh, I think the live chat isn't showing up because uBlock blocks that element. But if I, yeah, there we go. Okay, now I can pop it out this way. And hopefully this time I will actually see all messages if there aren't some. Alright, YouTube chat pop out is good. Make sure that tab is muted. Pause, mute, and pop out the kick chat. Very good. Okay. I'm not sure that there's any point to keeping these tabs open, other than if I want to self-consciously monitor how many viewers I have. I kind of don't want to do that. What if I just close this? Can I do that? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so it seems like my chat, the pop-out chat things, will live as their separate little windows, and that'll make them happy. Oh, excuse me. Okay. So, I've been doing this like compile and then like run it over and over again because I just can't believe what's going on currently. Oh, hey, I see you in the chat now this time. Welcome. Welcome. I guess I have no excuse now. Welcome, Daniel. What is this? Dude, I'd love to show you. But here's what happened. Chrome, Google decided to not let my browser work. And now there's some unknowable issue with the code. What this is though is I'm gonna do cool stuff with emojis. Maybe not that cool. I'm trying to determine which emoji is the greenest. So just install Canary. What's Canary? Is that a browser? My guess is it's not a browser because you typically recommend Brave. I think. I'm wrong. Canary is the dev branch of Chrome. Okay. What's weird is this was working literally yesterday. Literally last night. Less than 24 hours ago. No change to the code. And this is new. DevTools failed to load source map. Just compile. See, I shouldn't have to do any of those things. And I'm not going to because I keep several browsers on my computer at all times. So I could probably... In fact, I know if I switch to Firefox, it just works. But I'm going to try to go down this little rabbit hole of whatever bug was caused for a minute. And see if I can figure it out. Because actually my program is currently very small. Okay, this is... The premise of this project is just like a little for fun thing. And it's only like 150 or so lines if you don't count all of this. And if you do count all of this, it's substantially more, but this is just data. And also it's all commented out. So let me do one thing. If I say, for example, did console.log emoji data, does that... Oh, hold on. Yeah, I might have been on the wrong screen there for a minute. If I console.log emoji data, does that work? I'm sorry? Daniel, what did you do? You predicted it. You knew. You knew they would patch it. What actually just happened? I inserted a console.log statement, and it went from not displaying the emoji to displaying the emoji. So, question, if I dare, if I comment out the console.log. This could be cache shenanigans too, right? It doesn't all have to be Google's fault. It could somehow be user error, right? It's still here. It's still here when I comment that out. Okay. And if I just delete you and I run npx webpack again. I ran npx webpack. Let me... I have no explanation for what we've seen here today. I have no explanation. Why am I using npx webpack? I'm using npx webpack. I'm not actually answering the true intent of your question. I'm using npx webpack because webpack is an npm package, and in order to run webpack, you have to prefix it with npx, like npm execute, right? And then you give the name of the thing that you want to run. So that's why I'm doing npx webpack, is because I want to run webpack. I hope that helps. If I click here, I should get a purple pixel, right? Yeah, that looks like a purple pixel. Very good. There's other webpacks. Yes. I actually strongly dislike webpack. I want to switch to ESBuild. I just haven't made the jump yet. Okay, what is next? Why is there no Illuminati emote? You mean on the YouTube chat? If that's the case, I would chalk it up to YouTube chat being bad. You should come over to Kick. I bet Kick has an Illuminati emote. Why don't you do some gambling while you're there? Then you'd have to make a Kick account. That's true. That's true. You're not into gambling? Dude, they give every new Kick streamer like 50 free CS:GO, like a coupon code for 50 free CS:GO what loot boxes, crates, or whatever they're called in CS:GO. Like, you should totally do it. I need money go up, not money go down. Yeah, well, I mean, if you do it right, if you're good at it, then money do go up. That's the trick. Taps forehead, taps side of head. Yeah. Yeah, no, in all actuality, as a person with a bachelor's degree in mathematics, don't gamble. It's dumb. Unless there are like one or two actually skill based ways of gambling, and for those people, I guess it's all right. Uh, you know, pachinko is skill. It uh, uh um sure. There are some. You know what I find kind of funny about gambling. See, what's weird is unlike most people, I don't have like much of a strong gut reaction in regards to the morality of gambling, but I do think it's funny the laws around them, where it's like, um, you can't have some gambling game be 100% chance based. So you have to like insert the minimal, like the smallest amount of skilled element possible into the game, so that it's like legally classified properly. And I find that um, both disgusting and hilarious, like the various ways people work around that. There's professional pachinko players who can actually make about $15 an hour in a parlor. That's completely insane. I must not understand pachinko. That's why you have to press a button to activate a slot machine. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's timing and intensity of the ball release. Interesting. Yeah, I think that's what I'll do. I'll make a div. Maybe I'll even put it here. Yeah. What I want to do is I want to have like a little pop-up info panel that shows up when you click. And I haven't done something exactly like that before. And I haven't actually had like a div that you control that like moves around really precisely either before. So this could be interesting. What do we call you? We call you pop up. We call you info panel. And I Google how to what's like the property for hidden. Hide an HTML element. Probably display none. Or visibility hidden. Oh no, there's multiple ways to do it. That's not great. Either abroad or in Japan. Or Connor. Did a video on it. I can try to dig it up and send it to you. I'm not sure. Yeah, I'd probably watch that. Oh, okay. So, like, if I did hidden, then that would make it hidden, I guess. A Boolean attribute indicates that the element is not yet or is no longer relevant. For example, You can see that, yeah, okay. For example, it could be used to hide elements of the page that can't be used until the login process has been completed. The browser won't render such elements. The attribute must not be used to hide content that could legitimately be shown. What? Who makes the rules for like how you can write HTML? This seems very silly. I also don't really understand that sentence either. But alright. And I guess I technically want it down here. Yeah, I technically want it down there. And what we're gonna do is probably style it a tiny bit. Oh, that needs a pound sign. Info panel, position, absolute, for sure. It will probably have a width and a height. Probably like 160. All right. Oh, and for testing purposes, I can do like a solid background color of like, I don't know, dark blue. And then I want to get it so I have access to it in JavaScript. And what have I done? Oh, I did. That was silly. Okay. Then what I want to do is boop dot hidden is equal to false. And then info panel dot, I have to position it. X? No, that's not it. Position, no. Client? I don't think that's it. Dot style dot top. Yeah, I guess you could probably do it other ways. Yeah, honestly, I kind of let me look up if there's a different way to position a div. How to change position of HTML element in JavaScript. Okay, this tutorial does it via the same way that I'm doing it. Yeah, I think that's just the way that people do it. Okay. If that's how people do it, then that's how people do it. Whoops. Um... Yeah, this should work. The TLDR is that you can make money off of it, though ideally you would buy a machine to practice on rather than wasting money in a parlor if you wanted to get really good. That makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense. Okay. Oh, hey. There. Ooh. It doesn't move. It doesn't move with you. That actually makes sense because that's exactly what I told it to do. Honestly. Alright, we're not gonna do that anymore. Yeah, we're gonna say if mouse down, then do this. And probably I do this here too, in the case that the user presses their mouse down, but then doesn't move their mouse anymore. Why aren't these SVGs? Do you mean the emojis? Or the emoji in this case? Ask Microsoft Teams. For whatever reason, when I scraped them, they were PNGs. This is fantastic. This isn't precisely where I want it, maybe, but it's still pretty alright. This is pretty cool. It doesn't exactly keep up with the mouse, which is a little bit puzzling, I will say. It's, I guess it's a... I was going to say it's a frame behind, but no, that doesn't make sense. Why are you pulling them from there and not from Unicode? I'm not a... So, my understanding is that the Unicode ones actually look different. If that makes sense. They do look different. Well, there you go. They're the universal ones. Yeah. So I want to know which Microsoft Teams emoji is the greenest. And then each platform can stylize them. Okay, that makes sense. I want this to be plus, no, minus, What do I want it to be minus? Interesting. Okay. This should make it at the top. Cool. Oh, I actually get it. And now the emoji went away. Chrome can't really make up its mind on whether it wants to work or not. I understand what happened here, though. That's totally might be. There we go. That's actually where I want it to be. Good. Cool. Do we get to have a working program today? No? Chrome changed its mind. We're going back. Let me put in the magic fix. Console.log. Emoji data. And there it is. Works every time. It's probably going to be the tree, the nauseated, or the money, but it depends on how you define greenness or greenest. Yes, exactly, which is the interesting part. Also, the ones on Teams should match the ones on Windows, which are available through the Unicode database. Maybe that's true. Maybe that's true. I don't need the SVGs in order to define greenness, you understand. This 40 pixel by 40 pixel data set I think is actually pretty suitable for my needs. Yeah, but shiny. It's fine, dude. Trust me, it's fine. Now I want to put some text in my info panel. Huh. Interesting. Okay. So we're going to be lazily setting the contents of the info panel with what? What do we want information on? Well, the RGBA values would be cool, so let me do that. Let me do that. Image data dot data O is gonna be that, I think. Then we'll do set HTML lazy info panel HTML How do I write this without it starting to look awful? Let's do r colon space plus the value plus plus line break green red, green, blue, alpha. Yeah, that should work. Oh no, the console.log didn't do it. It wasn't powerful enough for Chrome's really awful day that it's having. What the heck, dude? I'm trying to get work done. To quote Jonathan Blow, I'm trying to do work. Also, B doesn't want to show up for some reason. We've got R, G, and that's it. I should not set the background to be that color, if I can help it. What color do I want it to be? Probably this same color, I guess. Which means that I should make the text white. Right? Yeah. Do you wanna... That's very peculiar. Oh, and it shouldn't... Actually, no. You know what? This little panel being... It needs an outline or something. Yeah, the panel needs like an outline or something. We have CSS, though. So surely we could figure something out. What do we do here? Do we do... Is it padding or is it margin? I think it's padding. And then border, 2 pixels. That's not how you define a border. There's more to it than that. Okay, I can't actually tell anything because... Oh, I also didn't save. Does this thing where when you're dragging left... Huh. There's a CSS property to prevent that though. There is a CSS property for that. What is that? CSS prevent text selection. User select none. Yeah. Actually, allegedly there's 3 things that you can do for it, and they're all there. So, I'll just do that. That's fine. Okay. The light is shining directly in my eyes once again. This is a disaster. All right, yeah, that worked. It's not doing the weird blue highlighting thing. I need a different browser. This one's bad. Let me open up Firefox real quick. I assume that it's a browser issue, not anything to do with my coding. It would be much simpler. It would be a lot easier to believe, actually, that I merely am doing something wrong, right? Like, surely it's not the case that Google just like can't not break their browser. Like, I don't understand. Yeah, so we're gonna switch this window capture to Firefox. Ta-da! We've got the R and the G hanging out, vibing. I still don't know what happened to the other 2. Oh, I put semicolons on them. That's what happened to them. Let me go ahead and close the Chrome window. All right. There we are. There we have it. Oh? Well, look at that. There's a tiny bit of transparency on, like, the lower left cheek of the emoji. That's weird. I mean, this makes sense, right? This being transparent, but this? Yeah, like right here, this pixel is ever so slightly transparent. Why? How? I mean, I said it before. I said it the other day. But this weird, like, alias thing or whatever going on around the outside is very bizarre. Huh. Okay, that's a good start. I wish I could figure out the CSS for this. Hold on. So, like, if I do padding 16 pixels. Okay, that's clearly not what I wanted. So I think I want margin. Maybe? No, margin messes with it too. Okay. So instead I want padding and block. There's what is it called? Give me a second. CSS change effect of padding on width and height. Box sizing. Box sizing. Content box? I forget. I think it's the other one. Yeah. Content box or border box. Yeah. It still does this thing where it goes off screen, but that's fine. We're gonna live with that. Okay. What is next for us on our adventure? Right now we're starting out simple. We're just doing some really basic image processing kind of stuff. Just because I anticipate needing to like know this information. I need a button. Or several. Let's shrink the work area a little bit. Now, what should I call my various buttons, I wonder? What ID should I give them? What creative name will I come up with? Ah, yes. Hmm. I'm going to do some CSS. That's probably too wide. And these guys actually do, I want them to all have the same class. I'll figure that out later. And now we need to get the buttons. Basically, all the UI stuff I just stick at the top of the file. Okay, let's see where these buttons end up. That's where they end up. That's not where I want them. That's not where I want them at all. Okay, that's where that guy ended up. So I want to slide him up and over top of the canvas, and I want the buttons to arrange themselves vertically. Yeah. So I think position relative will give me the first of those things. False. Lies. Unless I didn't save it. No, I did save it. Huh. Wait, no. No, can I like live edit the CSS as a faster way to iterate here? Yeah. Well, wait. Oh. Yeah, you see UI div, I see the problem. See, UI div needs top 0 pixels, left 0 pixels. And in theory, that'll put it where I want it. No? Huh. Dude, it's always the CSS. It's always the CSS that's the hardest part. I forget what trick or whatever I did for this. Position static. No? Okay. The element is positioned according to the normal flow of the document and then offset relative to itself based on the values top, right, bottom, and left. Absolute or fixed. Fixed. The element is removed from the normal document flow and no space is created for the element in the page layout. The element is positioned relative to its initial containing block. Its final position is determined by the values of top, right, bottom, and left. Ah, this is the one I want, probably. The element is positioned relative to its closest positioned ancestor, if any. I probably want absolute. Yeah. Because the container div is absolutely positioned according to normal flow, but neither of these guys should be. But it should be positioned in line with wherever the container is. Yeah. Do not want this though. How should you be positioned? You shouldn't need any special positioning, right? You should kind of just do your thing. Yeah, you kind of just do your thing. The UI div is now as it should be. Okay. Now I gotta fiddle with the flex things. Can I... What is the purpose of this? Okay, it's a highlighter. Okay, sure. Chrome had this nice thing where you could like preview certain flex settings. I liked that. Too bad we'll never use Chrome again. Okay. CSS flex how to flow elements vertically. Flex direction column. Aha! Very good. Next, I want to do some kind of like spacing between them. Huh. Justify content. Justify content. It's either going to be space between or space around. Or spaced evenly. Any of those, really. Huh. Probably space around. Yeah, space around is a little bit better. Cool. Alright, very good so far. And if I click the red, I get red. If I click the green, it refuses to do anything. Really? That's pretty weird. Okay, it's the the box that pops up is getting in my way. It should not even be there. Let's make the box not be there. Oh, this is annoying. So I need to just define these globally. So that I can run this code. Yep, so that I can run that code where? In both of these places, actually. What did I do? Come here. Okay, yes. Alright, cool. That should make the info panel stop getting in my way. Good, yeah, when I click around here, it doesn't do anything. It actually should pop up here. That's not how it should work either. No! Firefox, not you too. What is this? I'm watching you, Firefox. You watch yourself, buddy. I literally could be my code. You know, it could have something to do with the weird way that I decided to load the images. Surely. Now, the buttons need to do things. What I'd like to do is when you press one of those 4 buttons, it will show you only those color values, for lack of a better term, on the image. Yeah. How do I want to do that exactly? Well, I need... If I'm going to get pixel values for things, I need the original to exist. Yeah, so I think how I'm going to do it is actually make a third canvas. Work area canvas can stay, but we're going to have an emoji canvas now. And so the emoji canvas is going to be like the original, and then the work area is going to be whatever weird filtering or processing we want to do on the image afterwards. I think. Do channel processing. I don't know. What I want to do is be able to toggle the red, green, and blue actually, which is a little bit silly, but I want to do that. Alpha is going to have to be like a separate thing. And I don't know how to do this next part exactly, but I guess the first thing I would do is I would clear the work area. Work area context dot clear rect 0 0 emoji size. Right, that's for sure what we do. Actually, I want to go back real quick and I need to make the work area work kind of how it should first. Okay. I need to refactor this a bit. How does the work area get the emoji in the first place? Aha! I draw the work area canvas onto the main canvas. Aha, load emoji. So what I should do, where do I call this? Oh, okay. That's where I call it. Load emoji. What it should actually do is it should draw it onto the emoji context. Yeah. Okay. So the emoji canvas has the emoji on it. The work area doesn't have the emoji on it. I'll just go ahead and... Yeah, for now, I'll just go ahead and draw the emoji on the work area. Work area context dot draw image. Emoji canvas. 0, 0. Okay, so that should have caused no change. Allegedly. Yes. This still works because it's referring to the work area, I believe. Yes, yes, very good. Okay. And now I think the magic, the per pixel things that I want to be able to do here is work area context dot put image data, and I need an image data. I need to construct an image data, or I guess edit the one given to me. I could do that. Well, this is going to be in a for loop. I should do like X and Y here. So we know that's going to work. What we could do is, so we get the image data, first of all. We get the image data from the emoji, the original emoji canvas. So we do emoji canvas dot get image data? No. What is it called? Oh, it's probably the emoji context. Get image data XY 1 1. Yeah, okay. Image data dot data. What else is here? We've got, so color space is going to stay the same because they're sRGB, and we want to continue to use sRGB for both the work area and the emoji. So that's totally fine. Width and height can also remain 1. Yeah, that's totally fine. Yeah. So all we're going to mess with is the data, and we're messing with the RGB. Okay. I wonder what I want to do with alpha. Like, alpha could still be used here, actually. Right? I'd probably do some special case if only alpha was selected, but let's just see for a second here. at the very least, I'm going to do the same thing for RG and B. And I think it's set it equal to 0, or set it equal to 0 if channel's on I, if the channel is not on, or we'll just say, like, if it is on, then reassign it to itself, else 0. And for now, alpha kind of just gets ignored. What did we say? Or we say, maybe we sort of reverse it for alpha. So if alpha is on, then the opacity should be whatever it was originally. Otherwise, display at full opacity. Yeah. That, I like that. Okay. And now that we've messed with the data, we just do that. So what have we done? We're doing in the work area, we're saying put image data, all this stuff. Okay. Yeah, that seems like what I want to do. That should basically work. Okay, now I just have to activate that. Okay. So we toggle red when we click red, and then we call the thing that tells me to update things, the do channel processing. And it's met. I see the issue. Yeah. Amazing. Let's see if it works. Oh, that takes a long time to process. Holy crap. Huh. So this is just red. Huh. And it shows black if there's no red. Interesting. And if I turn alpha off, okay. It takes so long to process. That's really bad. If I turn everything off, okay, yeah, that's fair. And just green. And just blue. And green and blue. And green, blue, and red. Awesome. That's really cool. That's really cool. It's not cool how long it takes to process. I mean, I can live with it. Which one of those do you think is the creepiest? I think the blue is. So there should be very little green in the mouth area, right? That is right. Yeah, it's like black. Okay. Okay. Awesome. Yeah, there was a setting that seemed to suggest a way to like make it go faster. What is that called? Because Chrome kept warning me about it. HTML canvas flag will read frequently, something like that. Yeah, it's a thing on the context, I guess. Will read frequently, a Boolean value that indicates whether or not a lot of readback operations are planned. This will force the use of a software instead of hardware accelerated 2D canvas, and can save memory when calling getImageData frequently. Yeah, I think that's what I want, because I believe that using your GPU for this kind of stuff to like ask for the pixel position of everything repeatedly has a lot of latency. So I probably want this in there. on all my contexts, actually. No? What? 2D context attributes. It says it's supposed to be there. So, is it like an argument? Do I do it like that? I think I do it like that. Wow, I've never used that aspect of it before. Okay. That honestly makes sense. Probably blue, yeah. Yeah, see? I knew it. I was right. Blue is the creepiest. Okay, so nothing should have changed. Is it actually faster? Realistically, probably not. I want to believe that it's faster though, so. Huh, okay. Okay, so what's next on this wild adventure? I want... What do I want? I want to do something with multiple emojis, clearly. Right? We don't want to just have this one emoji here the whole time. That's not really the point. I want some kind of like dynamic loading thing to be going on. This is going to be complicated. Okay, so hold on. What have I got here? I can certainly... I've got like space on the right side of this, no doubt. Okay, so if I come over here to this, and I go ahead and make another div that's just kind of like a placeholder for spacing purposes. And I'm going to make another div that's not a placeholder. It's going to contain like a list of emojis. And I want the spacer to provide spacing for me. Its width is really the important thing. What should its width be? Its width should be equal to the width of my work area, which is currently 600 pixels. Its height can be 100%. You know, the height of this guy should just be 100%. I think. As long as I make this guy have... Well, wait. Yeah, no, the UI div has this. Yeah, that's great. That's perfect. So the spacer is spacing. The width of the button area should be maybe I add some like padding on the right of it or something at some point. Yeah, I could do that. And then we have emoji list. And I want the emoji list to like scroll. Emoji bench, good idea. I went with list. Emoji bench is cool. This is going to be a scrolling list of the emojis, sort of like as they load. This is not super well thought out, but like I do probably want to be able to like scroll through the emojis or something. Let's see. Oh my gosh, hold on. Okay. You know what? I think the emoji list is actually something that I'm going to render in the canvas. Oh my god, do I really want to do that? Well, the alternative is to have 1,500 or so HTML elements with images in them. I don't like that idea very much. Oh my gosh. Let me see something. Where's my emoji loading logic? Is it in here? No, this is just the data. This. Image equals load image. And then I put the image in the array. Right. And what does load image do? Okay, what I could do is okay. Envision this. I want something on the right side that's scrollable, that's sort of like, and it takes like, how long does it take? It takes like 20 seconds or so to load the 1,500 emojis. And I want something on the right that's sort of like gradually updating, and and in theory, the thing on the right is like a live indicator of this like computation that we're doing. Okay, so like let's come back over here. All right, we're in design mode for a second. Okay. Say for example, that my greenness metric, and I think there's many limitations with this particular metric, so it's definitely not the final one. But say our greenness metric was to assign a percentage greenness value to each pixel based based on like the G value of the RGB. Um, so like G over 255, and then probably multiply it by the opacity, because if it's transparent, then it's not. If it's transparent, then it's not. Uh, there's actually a couple ways you could do it, but basically, if it's transparent, then you can't really count it the same. Uh, yeah. So you do that, and but as we know, doing a per pixel calculation, because that's essentially what I'm doing here. Um, well, it's arguable whether it's the whether it's putting the pixel that's actually slow, because you know the well I have to get each pixel as well, right? So this is however long it takes to get and put every pixel. And there's not that many. There's only 40 by 40. There's 160 pixels here. So 160 gets and puts takes like, I don't know, 200 milliseconds. Presumably the calculation to like get the greenness of a pixel is negligible. So we've got 200 milliseconds per 1500 emojis, plus per emoji whatever it already takes currently to load each emoji, which is a total of around 20 seconds. So it's like this slow processing thing that's ongoing, right? And I don't want to just sit around and wait while that's happening. I want some kind of cool thing to like look at that is also somewhat functional as well. Um, what I'm imagining is in the back end we've got this array of all the image URLs for all the emojis. It's basically just an index to like store the and it's also an array of all the images themselves. So what I want to do, I think, is add another column, we'll say, to this table, which is actually just an array. We'll add another column to this table that stores the calculation value is what it will store. And if we're storing this like calculation value in there, what we can do is like sort of dynamically sort this array and keep track of like whatever image is on top. Oh yeah, this is gonna work. I don't know. I don't know how fast it is to do a sort every frame. That could be a lot. But basically, you just draw the top N or whatever images. You know, now that I say that, the top N or whatever images is is not 1500. That now we're no longer talking about 1500 HTML elements, which now makes me not want to draw it in Canvas, which is great news. Actually, that would be so much easier. That'd be so much easier to do. Okay. Do I want to try to update the DOM every frame? Probably not. I probably want to like set do like some do like a set interval or something like that to like live display the processing maybe. Yeah. How about a text box that blasts through what image is being looked at? What about putting all the emotes into a single sprite sheet so that you can load them as a texture in the GPU? Aha! That would be the smart thing to do, is to put them all into a single sprite sheet. I'm not going to do that, though. I'm for sure not going to do that. Loading them onto the GPU is also something I'm for sure not going to do. I mean, arguably, the browser is loading things into the GPU for you automatically. So you don't have to, it's like actually not that hard. Like technically, probably all these images are on my GPU, maybe. Well, actually, no, they're explicitly not on my GPU because I told them not to store it on my GPU. Right here, I say will read frequently, and therefore it's not. It's if the API is telling me the truth, that's not what it's going to be in software. It's going to be on the CPU. But yeah, I don't know how to do GPU manipulation type stuff unless I use the WebGL API, and I'd have to write like a shader, and I'm not going to do that. That's completely insane. Arguably, I'm going to have to tease you if it runs at 1 FPS. It's actually going to run really well. You'll see. The image loading. Yeah, so you know what's weird is so load image. Okay. So I basically described there's two kinds of processing that's going on. There's this like per pixel thing that I'm talking about doing, and that's like CPU computation that I actually code and I control that. But the other kind, the one that I said before takes 20 seconds, it happens right here. Setting the image source to an actual like reference. Setting the image source to an actual reference just sort of like kicks off a background process that loads it eventually. And I have no control over that, and I'm pretty sure it's also done in a separate thread, which is good news. So it's not going to run at like 1 FPS, because this part at least is happening asynchronously, you know. As far as the per pixel processing, that is a little bit trickier. Because you're right, that's like, that's actually a non-trivial amount of processing. Okay, because I can sort of test this now. If I come over here, it should be the case. Hold on. Yeah, okay. It should be the case that during the time between updates, the UI actually becomes inoperable. I'm pretty sure, because you notice that this button stays highlighted after I move my mouse off of it. I think that's the program literally freezing. That's a UI freeze. It is not interactable during that 200 milliseconds or whatever. So I probably can't have. So the reason why I kind of don't care about that is because that's user initiated, right? The user said me, okay, and this is not like general UI design takes that I like want to write in a book or whatever. But generally, why I don't find it annoying personally is that I initiated this action. I told it to do whatever processing is involved in that. So I don't care if it stutters for a second. But if there's background stuttering going on constantly, that's a different story. Yes. So actually, we do have a problem that is worthy of solving currently. So what I could do, so this is definitely a problem. It's going to be, at least. Two forks, there's a fork in the road. Two paths. One, I could figure out how to sort of do checkpoints in the processing so that I can like start and stop it each frame, or like basically just do a tiny little bit of work in the processing each frame so that it's not like, you know, totally bogging everything down. That's one possibility. Possibility number two is I figure out a way to optimize this so that it's actually really fast. In which case, I can just do the full processing for one image and have that be the checkpoint. That's the unit of processing. I don't have to split up the job so that it can be so that it can not take a full frame. I mean, if we're talking 200 milliseconds and this is running at 144 hertz, 200 milliseconds is actually like several frames. My guess, hear me out. My guess is it might be possible to, when I call get image data, just get the whole image. Get the whole image worth of image data, right? If I did that, rather than making 400 calls to get image data. See, I really hope this works, because this would make everything so much simpler if this just worked, right? But if I do hypothetically get image data and I get the whole thing, which is 40 by 40, really, again, super tiny, not a lot of data, or at least it shouldn't be. Now the only question is, well, look at this. So this thing is a one-dimensional array. Isn't that weird? Our image is no longer this 2D thing. It's actually, it was 1D all along. And since we're just trying to edit this, we kind of don't care. Like, the X and Y position does not factor into our calculation. So what we could do is, I I don't want this to be I anymore. I want this to be J, I think. And then I need to iterate to like for let I equals 0, I less than image data dot length. Yes. For each thingy in the list of thingies, do this and do that as well. Yep, J is being used where it should be used. And then we do this now at the end of it all. Boop. We're editing the image data. Wait, this is wrong. This should be I. This should be J. Yeah, that remains J. This is wrong. Image data. Wait a Wait a second. Nope, I'm really confused now. Wait a minute. There's another dimension going on here that I neglected to account for. What's happening with the RGBAs? What's going on? Returns the one-dimensional array containing the data in RGBA order. So if I request 2 pixels worth of data, do I then get an 8-dimension an array that's 8 long? That's what this would seem to suggest. Okay, that's a little different. Now I don't know if, So what I do is count by 4s. Clearly, right? And then I equals 0, we're accessing, we want to go, this loop does RGB, and then this does A. So this is I plus 3, this is I plus J. Whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. And then this is I plus 3. How's that for a brain teaser? And then we put image data, we put it at 0, 0 as the top left-hand corner. Now that we've edited it, and that should totally work, right? This will totally work first try, and it'll be like 1,000 times faster, right? Yeah. Boom. Yes. Yes. That's what it's like to be a professional programmer. Yes. Your code just works the first time every time. I dream in code. You don't understand. We are not the same. Yes. This is great. Now, how fast can I give someone a seizure? Dude, it works so fast. That's amazing. Ah, yes. We don't talk about the fact that the problem I just solved was like self-inflicted to begin with. That doesn't matter. No, no, no. No, ignore that. Can you see the matrix just by looking at the code? Yes, my friend. In fact, I can. Ho, baby. Cool. Now we need another function that basically does the same thing, but it like calculates a greenness score, right? Now, what do I pass in to greenness score? Okay, I'm not 100% sure what I want the interface for this to be yet. So let's go and let's start thinking about this again. Okay, this like dynamically loading list of stuff. In our dynamically loading list of stuff, let's do when I load said image. Oh, okay, we've got a slight problem here. Emoji data I push image. Okay, I don't want to cause a race condition here if I can help it. What I want to do is let's come over here. Okay. So I'd like to uncomment all this stuff. I will. We've got 1, 2, 3 columns currently when I define the data here. I actually want at least 5 columns. Column 4 is the image itself, even if it's not loaded. Actually, is it not the case that the image actually has a property which tells you whether it's loaded or not? In which case, I'm gonna want 5 anyways. So check this out. I'm gonna push undefined twice. I'm gonna put emoji data 0, 1, 2, 3. Set it equal to image. So this is column 4. Column 4 gets set to the image. Column 5 still is undefined. That's fine. That's great. In fact, we like it. We like it that way. And we don't do loaded count. We don't do loaded count. Actually, what we do is, I mean, we can have loaded count be that. That's fine. Let's check this out. Let's do an experiment. Okay, so I'm gonna come through here and control end, uncomment all this stuff. Okay. And let's solve one small problem. I'm saying that, so basically, one of the first things that you do in the program, ooh, I probably want to, I mean, it's fine if it's undefined. I just want to make sure I get the right kind of error. So one of the first things we do is we say, hey, let's start the draw loop. The draw loop is going to wait until at least one image has been loaded, but we've created a mystery for ourselves. Which of our images has finished loading? We don't know which one it was. So we have to figure out by checking each individual one if it's done. Okay, for let I equals 0, I less than emoji data dot length. And you might think this is slow, you know, iterating over a list of 1500 elements. Actually, it's really fast. Actually, it's blazingly fast, and it doesn't matter. We can do it every frame if we wanted to, even though we're not doing that. So I'm saying emoji data I, so 0, 1, 2, 3. The fourth element is the image. I'm going to go ahead and cast you to an HTML image element so that I can get some help. And I want to ask you something to do with loading. That's not what I want to know at all. I'm going to go look at the documentation. I'm almost certain that the image element has an attribute which tells me the state of loading that it's in. Complete returns a Boolean value that is true if the browser has finished fetching the image, whether successful or not. Probably that's what I want. Yeah. There's no, like, success thing, oddly enough. So complete is the magic word. Yes. Okay. And I say if complete load it. Yeah. Perfect. And now the system is actually going to be loading all the emojis, which will probably have no visible impact, but it is functionally different. Hello, Firefox. Over here. It didn't refer. Ooh, what's happening here? Look at this. That what? In PX Webpack, it should have refreshed itself. It didn't. Transferring data. It didn't. What did it do exactly? Now, this is a problem. I'm not totally sure what my program is up to right now. We can probably get rid of that. I'm just going to leave that there, whatever. Doesn't matter. Okay. Huh? This is confusing for several reasons. Okay. So I believe what I've witnessed is it's actually drawn several emojis on top of each other. Which is not something I thought was possible. Because look, it said it loaded multiple emojis. It's not really supposed to be able to do that. It's supposed to just get the first one. Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay. No, I understand. This needs a break. This is my fault. Yeah. So what it should do is it should load that emoji and then it should stop this for loop. Okay, so this should be fine. That's totally reasonable what it did there. No, emoji 6? Do we get to see a new emoji? No, we don't, because some inexplicable error prevented it from doing anything. We refresh, we try again, we get emoji 0. That's what we want to see. Yeah. This program certainly behaves strangely. That's for sure. Everything I said before about it being non-blocking was still correct. Still true. Still factual information. Okay. Just more strange behavior. It's fine. It's totally fine. Ooh, okay. I should leave. I should stop streaming soon because it's close to bedtime. But I want to keep going. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna stop here. This is I mean, it's super fun. I wish I could just keep going, but I know that, like, for my own sanity, I need to get a good amount of sleep. So hey, yeah, thanks Daniel for hanging out. Um, and thanks anyone else for watching live or afterwards. Really appreciate it. Um, I plan to come back. Oh, not tomorrow, because tomorrow's Wednesday, and I have a thing that I'm gonna be doing during the normal stream time. But Thursday probably. Yeah, so I'll be back in 2 days probably. No promises. Thanks for watching. I already said that. Um, yeah, until next time, farewell.